Thank you. So first of all, I'm just so happy to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me. I've been working to try to stop the corporate takeover of children's lives for 20 years. And before I tell you anything more about myself and I start my formal presentation, there's something I think it's important for you to know. Okay. Oh, go ahead, okay. Tell me when you're done. We don't like to look at him that much. Children should block their eyes. Okay. So, anyway, I have been doing this work, and I founded an activist organization called Campaign for Commercial-Free Childhood that looks on marketing to children as an issue of rights and freedoms. The rights of children to grow up and the freedom for parents to raise them without being undermined by corporate interests, without being undermined by greed. And I believe that today, at this time in the 21st century, probably one of the biggest threats to children's lives is the Internet of Things, where we now have objects that can eavesdrop on us, that know all about us, that share our information with their corporations, who can sell it to other corporations for advertising. That's bad enough for adults, but it's really, really troubling for children. And for children, really, it's the Internet of toys. So here are 4 toys. They just look like ordinary toys. I mean, there's Barbie, who, you know, is a terrible toy even when she's not digital. There's a robot, my friend Kayla, and I forget, Cloud Pets over there. It looked like a teddy bear. But there's a difference with these toys. They're connected to the internet through our cell phones. So all of these toys come with an app. And the fact that they're connected to the internet makes them incredibly vulnerable to hacking. So you would think that maybe there would be ethics in place about the Internet of toys and children, but there isn't. I mean, there are, as usual, our facility with technology far outpaces our sense about what it can do and what the possible harms are. And as you can see, in 2015, it was $2.8 billion. In 2017, companies were making $4.9 billion, and it's projected that in 2022 it will be $15 billion. It's hugely, it is hugely lucrative. It's going to be more lucrative. Parents are told that they should buy these toys, that these toys will make their children happy, but here's what happens. So this is from a company called VTech, and it's a tablet. It's not really the Internet of Things, but it works on the same principle, connecting kids to the internet. So look at this. What? What's going on? Help!
Point the other way, towards the computer.
Oh, do I have to go that way? What? Thank you. I'm guessing it's the battery. Oh, okay. It's me, not the battery. lightly. Okay. 6 million children, their personal information, photos, addresses, names, genders, their date of birth was hacked. 4.9 million adults, IP addresses, passwords, and their questions. The secret questions. I mean, so imagine this huge amount of information that is just being stored in the cloud and that is available, to just about anybody. And it's really important to know and to remember that there's no such thing as privacy on the internet. There's no such thing as unhackable data. Whatever protections are put on it, then there's always somebody who can get around them. I mean, the United States Pentagon was hacked. And we need to think about that when it comes to children. So then there's Cloud Pets. So this was a toy that was created for parents to be able to talk to their children through the bear when the parents are away. Why we need a bear for parents to talk to kids, I don't understand. Certainly they can Skype with their children. So the children and the parents talk. They have intimate conversations. This is what happened to this toy. It was hacked. 2 million conversations between parents and children. Addresses. And some of the data was apparently held for ransom. And the thing is that these toys have no benefit for children. There's nothing that children get from these toys that is particularly useful to them. And also, they are particularly potent vehicles for advertising. Take Hello Barbie, for instance, which the Campaign for Commercial-Free Childhood last year was voted the worst toy of 2016. So look at all the personal questions that she asks children. What's your favorite subject? What's your favorite movie? What's your middle name? What's your name? What's your favorite restaurant? Are there any babies in your family? All of this data can be used for specifically targeting a child with advertising. And the privacy policies that these toys have, first of all, you know what privacy policies are like. They're very complicated to read, they're hard to understand. Often parents, just say, okay. We all do that, in fact. We just want to get on with whatever. But those policies usually have in them that it's the company's right to share third-party data, to share their information with third parties for any purpose. They don't say what the purpose is. So all of the data that they're collecting can be sold to advertisers. And then the other thing about Barbie is that in her script, the things that she says to children are in tons of references to Barbie products. It talks about Barbie's dream house, Barbie's friend Madge. So it's all a way of getting kids to want those products. So then there's my friend Kayla, My friend Kayla is the first toy that I know of that the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI in the United States, actually issued a warning for parents not to buy this toy. This toy was banned in Germany. The thing about Kayla is that she connects to the internet through Bluetooth, which is incredibly hackable. And so she talks and she says things, and the children talk back. Allegedly, she can answer questions. So there she is. So I was trying to get her to work. I bought one. I was trying to get her to work. I couldn't get her to answer questions, but what happened is that somebody called me on my cell phone, and the person's voice was coming out of the doll, which means that anybody who gets into the phone, a person's phone, can take over the doll. I'm going to try to show you what I mean. Look, we're going to give this a little bit of time and see if it works. It's still trying.
Niña, voy a matar. Muerte brasileña para
I mean, we're laughing. I got chills. Help, help. Okay, I think I hung up. So, I mean, just think about how terrible that is, that people can actually hack into the doll, and so a parent's phone, and the parents forgets to turn off the app on her phone, and then what happens? Somebody can call in or hack the phone, and then just start talking to the doll and saying really, really terrible things. And these are things, sorry, I couldn't put these in Spanish. These are things that Kayla says, even without being hacked. I love going to Disneyland. I would go there every day if I had my wish. I saw the Beauty and the Beast movie a long time ago. My favorite character is Chip. He's the small teacup baby. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is my mom's favorite movie. I've seen the Finding Nemo movie. I love Dory the fish. Clearly, there's a relationship with Disney. Clearly, there's some partnership with Disney, and now the children are being marketed Disney products through these dolls. And aside from the hacking, which is really, really terrible, these dolls undermine the whole purpose of creative play for children. I mean, any talking toy prevents children from creative play because the toy is talking, not the child. But these toys come with scripts that were put together by corporations who do not have the child's best interest at heart, who are thinking only, as corporations do, of making money for their stockholders. We really need to be careful about these toys. In the United States, there is some movement among advocacy groups. The Federal Trade Commission, which in the United States, which covers or is supposed to regulate advertising. My organization, which I left 2 years ago, I just have to say that, Josh Golan, who's the new executive director there, under him, they filed a Federal Trade Commission complaint against my friend Kayla because of the sneaky advertising and because of the violations of children's privacy. And the next thing I'm going to show you is really, I think, the scariest thing of all. Aristotle. This was supposed to come out over the summer. It's been postponed to 2018. This is a baby monitor. But not only is it a baby monitor, so you can hear the baby, it also can sing songs or play soothing music to the baby. It can tell soothing stories to the baby. So basically, and then as the baby grows, the baby can ask Aristotle questions and Aristotle will answer the questions. This is going marketed to parents as being so convenient, you know? Isn't this great that you can, you don't have to go in and when your baby's fussy, Aristotle will soothe your baby. But what's horrible about this is that it watches everything and all of that data and all that it's hearing and seeing, all of that is going to Mattel, which owns it. And so this is a machine that is coming directly between parents and children. And what's most important for babies, those of you who know child development, it's attachment to parents. And they gain the attachment to their parents by the soothing and the rocking, and their parents are there for them at night. But now, what Aristotle wants to do is make Mattel be that. And so what will happen, instead of babies forming an attachment to the father or the mother, for instance, the baby is forming an attachment to a corporation and is going to learn to love the corporation. I went to a conference recently on artificial intelligence and emotion, and they are developing machines that can read our emotions now, like to 85% accuracy. They are creating machines that can elicit love from us and make us feel as though the machines are empathizing with us. So more and more, we don't need friends, we don't need parents, we have a teddy bear that really loves us. And the horrible thing about that is that it's owned by some corporation that is manipulating children for profit and by taking their love. It's, I mean, if you think about this, that Edward Snowden said, a child born today will grow up with no conception of privacy at all. They'll never know what it means to have a private moment to themselves, an unrecorded, unanalyzed thought. And that's a problem because privacy matters. Privacy is what allows us to determine who we are and what we want to be. Campaign for a Commercial-Free Childhood just is sending, has a public letter out to Mattel asking them not to release Aristotle. You can go to the website and you can sign their petition to Mattel. Not only that, for those of you who work in advocacy or run advocacy organizations, you should get in touch with CCFC because they can, because this is an international problem. It's not just a problem in the United States. it's a problem, you know, all over the world, and the world needs to work together to stop it. One thing we can do is work with our governments, try to get our governments to regulate. Now, in the United States, that's not going to happen with our current administration. I mean, regulations are just being destroyed left and right, so it's not going to happen now. But that means that what we need to do while we're fighting for regulation is educate parents, really work with parents about what children really need. What children really need, they need love. They need to be safe, they need food, but they also need the time, the space, and the silence to be able to play creatively, to find out who they are in relation to the world. And these devices, the toys, this baby monitor, they're robbing children of their humanhood, their capacity to be active, functioning, creative human beings. We need to stop this. Thank you.